everybody. We are here with day 14 of Junk Journal Round Robin, a creative collaboration hosted by myself and Cindy over at Studio Lou and Mary Ellen over at Red Parrot. Today, day 14, I will tell you this. I have my alarm set to go off in another 20 minutes or so for an appointment that I've got to go to. So we're going to get started. We'll see how far we can get with it. I still need to deal with my bees from the other day. Okay, day 14. Check out hashtag JJ Round Robin to see what Cindy's doing and to see what Mary Ellen's doing. So, day 14, Mary Ellen's little packet. We got that doodle book again. We got all the washi again. This is pretty washi. Look at that. What has Mary Ellen got for us? First off, the big doodle page is cool. But she's got a little painty page or three. Beautiful. These are so pretty. Oh, that says the lover's tale. Oh, I love it. That's so pretty. Okay, those are pretty. Yay. We have pretties to work with. Yay. Cindy's got us a wrapped up package in a book page, it looks like, covered with masking tape. And washi. Get all the washi off of it. Uh-oh, I'm ripping things. And she has... Okay, so these are some collage boards. Maybe. Yes, maybe. Maybe. Collage boards-ish. This book cover page is pretty good for backing, so you're going to hang on to that. So this is like the handmade paper, mulberry paper type, and it looks like she's just kind of... Maybe it's Franken paper. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Because it's not... Like when you do a collage board, you do a base and then you stick stuff on it. But these are really not... so we have bases. So what we have is 1, 2, 3, 4 bases from Cindy. And essentially 2, maybe 3 from Mary Ellen. So... They don't go together because we've got some neutral colors here and we've got some bright colors here. And so I think what I'm going to do is, I just told you that I was going to have to watch my time. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause you guys now, and I'm going to dig through my stash and find some focal points. And then we'll be back and see what we can do with all these guys. I obviously am leaning towards journal cards because that seems to be the easiest, but... Let me find some focal points and I'll be back. Okay, we are back. And I have some focal points. So let me see what I've got. I've got just rummage through my stash. I have this print off of these butterflies from Heather and Yon Studio. And then I have these from... Cindy over at Studio Lou does a Patreon every month. And these are from her Journal With Me kit that she does. So, we're going to kind of go in 2 different directions here. Because we have kind of 2 different, we have brights and we have neutrals. So, let's get my stuff together here. I've got a whole stash of stuff just kind of piling up on me. So with these guys, I'm going to use them as a background. plunk them down. These are so pretty, Mary Ellen. So pretty. I do like them. I really like them so much so that I really want to hoard them and save them for something else later. But we're not going to do that. We're going to carry on. Carry on, carry on. And trim them down. Might have to trim them down some more, but I'm just getting them down to a workable size for the moment. And my thought process was to fussy cut these lovely ladies. I guess I probably should have fussy cut them while I was there, while I was away, but you guys can see that they're images of cabinet cards. Very much Tim Holtz people-esque. Yeah, we'll have to cut these down a little bit more, I think. I really like her. These may be too small. We're going to work with it and see what we can come up with. I'm going to try to cut out both of these. I was going to separate them down, but I think I'll try to use both of them in one, maybe. Maybe that's one that needs to be the odd man out, or odd woman out. And we might cut these down a little bit more, but we'll see. That there, didn't mean to bump you. Get my stuff back out. See what we got going on here. I wonder if some of this I can break off some of this. I don't know which one I kind of like. This doesn't tear very well, that's for sure. Okay. Okay. Don't ask what I'm doing. Hadn't quite figured that one out yet. Let's see here. I think I want to go with that for now. I'm looking over in my stash to see if there's anything else that needs to kind of be a part of this. Ooh, that came out fast. It's okay. We'll work with it. Like I said, we'll trim this down in a minute. I just wanted to get the main thing going. And this is soft enough, I could probably, let's just try it. I was using weld bonnet, but let me just caveat and say my doors and windows are open, so you might hear my neighbors out being noisy. Maybe. What I was saying is this paper was thin enough that I think it's going to hold with the glue stick just fine. Didn't necessarily need the weld bond. Trusting the glue stick to hold on my layers here. Okay. Okay, so there's that. And let's do some trim. Some obvious trim. This I'm going to do some more trim because I've got the frame going on there. It looks like a dress, but it's just a frame. And I think what I want to do is cut around our circle here. For these to be some interesting shape of a journal card, don't you think? Or they could easily be, you know, pockets or tuck spots. I feel like I need to trim this off a little bit more. Kind of simple, but you know, nothing wrong with being simple. I've still got these to work with. So let's see here. I want to hit these with some ink. I could probably, let's see if I've got some words. Let's see if we can cut this straight first. Straight-ish. And let's see if we've got some words. Word snippets. I think I want to go with the book pages words. Those are trickier to deal with because they're just so random. But, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me ink these. A little bit of stuff going on. Let's see if we can find some words. Strange things happening like that. Right there, do we want it going across the top? If we do it across the top, we have to break it down. Do it across there. Let's do this. Let's see if we can trim it a little bit. It's kind of chunky. This would be cool in a spooky journal. And what are these two ladies saying? I need a, Mary Ellen has a, Mary Ellen has a book. She has a Nancy Drew book that she pulls from. And that's what I need, is my own Nancy book to say, okay, give me some words. It really was too bad. Don't make fun of me. That's not very nice. My words just don't. I may just be too OCD to. We can go with Don't Make Fun of Me, and It Really Was Too Bad. I don't know where that will come into play. I just don't know that I like the Don't Make Fun of Me. I've got the mystery. It says to solve the mystery, but I mean, I guess we could put to solve it because we could do all of them. There's no rhyme or reason here. Just giving them a little bit of ink so they're not bright white. To solve the mystery. And then It Really Was Too Bad. I don't want to cover up her. I don't want to cover up her flowers. Okay, there's that. Now on to something else. We've got to use the stuff that Cindy gave us. And I think what we need to do, this is backed. And then this needs to be backed. And this needs to be backed. So we're going to back them on the packaging that Cindy sent us. Where it's ripped. Yep, right through there. So I'm just going to do this. I don't have the exact size on these, so we're going to go up to the edge with this one and up to that edge with that one. I'm gonna let that sit and dry, or maybe yeah. I'm gonna have to trim it down, but in the meantime, I'm gonna fussy cut some of these guys, I think. And then I want this big one. And try to cut around his antenna because they're fuzzy, so they have something to them. That was pretty smart on Heather and Jan's doings. Made them easier to fussy cut. One big beautiful bird. Not a bird, it's a butterfly, but still. I think I need to cut these down to make this work a little bit better. Okay, now this folded piece is out of the way, so now I can press this down a little smoother. Get a better stick to it. And I'll go ahead and trim us down the middle. Okay, so now we have 3 backed pieces. And I'm almost fine with doing something super simple like that because the backs are so pretty, really. I'm leaning towards this one. Yeah, I really like the simplicity of these. I know that sounds kind of crazy, and that I really didn't do anything with them, but let's see here. I just grabbed some random stuff off of. That adds a little bit something to them. Maybe. Isn't it funny how the weirdest things end up on your desk? You're like, where did the black netting come from? When did that come in? When did that come into the picture? It just did. It just appeared. Because, why not? I mean, I kind of like that. Maybe I don't. Again, I really like the simplicity of that. I know that sounds so simple, but y'all are like, do something else besides just cut out and stick on there. Let's see if there's anything in this little tray of stickers that I've got floating around that could alter the state. I could do a little round circly thing. There's gold. Do these in the background. There's a certain part of this I don't like these stickers. They look fake and cheesy to some degree. Yep. Okay. That answered that. Look how big and pretty that sticker is. What about these random people? What do we got here? Do the big, outrageous moths and butterflies need some random people? Maybe? Let's see. Chances are these stickers will be, I like her. These stickers will have that white border, so I really don't know that I'm going to like that. Can do that. And they're like, what are you doing, Shell? Basically turn these people into moths. We can cut their antennas off. How about that for some weirdness? I think that's what we'll do. Where they'll end up in a journal, I have no idea. I'm going to cut their, although I don't like the antennas on that one. Okay. She's a sticker, so that's good to know. Okay, we don't want that back there. So let us glue our lady down, our butterfly lady. We went from very simple to very weird, very quick. She's a sticker. She looks like she's been peeled already. So we're gonna hit her with some glue. Oh, that's cool. Hit her with some glue just in case. We're gonna line her up perfectly. Well, that's wild. I kind of want to keep this. I think I'll just toss it up there because it is kind of wild. There's possibly a better butterfly for her. Let's see here. Actually, that one looks better, but since we're already glued and cut and all that good stuff, we'll just keep on going with what we've got. And I don't think she's a sticker. Oh, she is a sticker. Huh, we got another one of those little things to work with. I wonder if we should trust her. She looks trusting enough. What do you say? That's not trusting enough. Let's see what we got going on here. Well, those are cool. Okay, I'm not going to fight and fuss with words. Yeah. We still have this. I think I might put it in my stash to hoard with. And I think I might... I want to sew around these. Let's see what the sewing machine's got going on. Y'all are like, what are we doing, Shell? I need to thread my sewing machine, not the bobber. I realize I've been calling it a bobber, the bobbin. I know the difference. I just was raised in the South, so we have to add our own little accents to certain words. And bobbin is one of them. It turns into bobber. Although I know that the bobber is used in fishing, not sewing. But if you knew my Mimi, you would say that that all makes total sense. So I could pause y'all, but you're just going to have to hold tight. You're just going to have to hold tight a minute while I get my... Oh, come on. I'm still here. I might have to put y'all on hold while I fight with this. There it goes. And get this other hurdle done. Oh, come on, silly. Okay. Now we are officially ready to go. I'm going to see about sewing around this. And I think, initially I was going to do a fancy stitch, but I think I just want to do like a whole bunch of, I like to do just the single stitch with a squiggle. Well, my sewing machine is going to fight with me a little bit more. So, anyways, I'm going to stitch around this like a little squiggly. I don't know if you can see. Just kind of squiggle around both of them and call them done. And so I'm going to put this in my stash. We're going to, in the scraps section. Even though we didn't use it. I feel bad that we didn't use it, but soon. We'll use it soon, I'm sure. Oh. I gotta get all my stuff out the way. It's tricky when you send, ladies, when you send a handful of stuff, it's like, ooh, all this stuff. What do we got to do? And there's a part of me that feels like I have to use everything in one thing. But then there's a part of me that says, okay, let's do something random with these and do something random with those. And so that's what we did today. These are interesting little, I'm going to call them journal cards, but you could easily tack them down and, you know, tuck something in them. Use them as little pockets or corner tabs or anything, you know, whatever you want to do in that regard. Probably need to sew around them too. But that's what we've got. These 3 little journal card thingies. And then these 2 journal cards. And they're, like I said, woo, look at that mess. I told you it was acting up. Anywho, we're going to get situated with the sewing machine and sew around these weird little lady moth butterfly things. So that's what we have for today. Was day 14, I believe. I threw away my little sticky. Oh well. It is what it is. Junk Journal Round Robin, thanks for joining me. I will be back tomorrow and we'll see what we can come up with. Bye for now.